The second myth that I would like to break is that a lot of students feel that if you're pursuing a global qualification such as the ACCA, it's going to be an expensive affair. How am I going to be able to afford it? Okay. Now, whenever you think about sponsoring yourself for a course, firstly, don't call it an expense, please call it an investment, because you're going to be putting in today and you will be getting returns for a lifetime. Now, when you talk about the investment of various courses, let's first compare which are the top 4 or 5 courses that commerce students in India pursue, and let us understand what are the broad benchmarks. Now, when you calculate the cost of a course, please remember that there are several ingredients that you need to consider. Now, when I say ingredients, I mean there will be some fees that you would pay towards the institute, which means your registration fee. It could be a student subscription fee. You would pay for exams. A lot of courses demand that students pursue some compulsory workshops or online training programs, and there are costs towards that you may need to consider. And then when you get yourself coached for the course, you will have to pay a coaching fees, you will have to pay for the content, and you will have to pay taxes. So if you sum all of these up, you will arrive at a figure which is what I call as the investment of a course. Now, as you see on your screens, we have taken the top 3 or 4 courses that students typically in India pursue and have a look at their cost structures. After class 12, if you go for a chartered accountancy or if you decide to pursue, let's say, a company secretary course, the overall cost of this course, okay, including all the ingredients that I spoke about, in a span of about 4 to 4.5 years that this course usually takes to complete, it is anywhere about 3.5 to 4 lakh of rupees. If you don't decide to pursue a CA or a CS, then most students would wait to complete their graduation and then pick up a course like an MBA. The MBA course is done after your TY, and MBA is usually an expensive affair. Depending on the quality of the B school that you enroll into, it can be anywhere between 10 lakh to 15 lakhs and even more than that. A lot of students who don't want to do CA, CS or an MBA move in for some global qualifications. So let's take up a course like a CFA, which is again very, very popular and in vogue. Now, an international CFA program from the United States, which you can of course pursue in India, again, if you take the ingredients that I mentioned, can cost you anywhere at about 3.5 lakhs or even more than that. Now, if you look at the ACCA qualification also has all these elements. I repeat, there is a initial registration, there is a 3-year student subscription that you need to pay if you're a student. You will have to pay for the 13 exam paper fees. You will have to pay for your content. You will have to pay for your tuition fees to your coaching provider, and there are taxes levied upon. And it costs anywhere between 4.5 to 5 lakh of rupees if you were to pursue it with any other provider. But at Synthesis Learning, we have priced our ACCA program at the cost which is almost equal to the cost of doing your chartered accountancy course. And trust me, students, this is the most economical pricing for any global course in India. And this is also the most economical pricing that as a service provider we have to offer to you in the market. Now, this is what you invest, in a span of 3.5 years, which means you pay up very, very gradually, level wise. You pay up in systematic installment plans, which doesn't really hurt your pocket. And what do you get in return? Well, your first salary pack, as the ACCA says, is anywhere between, say, 4 lakh to 5 lakh of rupees per annum, which I think is the first payback itself covers the investment of the entire course. Now you need to pause and ask yourself, is this really expensive? It's almost equal to the cost of doing any other Indian course that you would pursue in India. So please break the myth that pursuing global qualifications is an expensive affair. If you have the will, there is all the help that is necessary and available for you to pursue this course ahead.